Have you ever said, yes, that's fine, I can do that, even though part of you knew you didn't have the space for it? I used to do that a lot, not because I wanted to, but because it felt easier than saying no, or safer, or kinder. If I look back, I think I learned quite young that keeping the peace was a way to keep out of trouble. Make yourself easy to be around. Don't ask for too much. Don't make things harder for anyone. And it works for a while, because at that age, that's all we're capable of. But it comes out of our energy somewhere. For me, it's shown up as tiredness, overwhelm, stretching myself thinner than I'd realised. For a long time, I pushed myself too hard. There have been times when I've quietly taken on more than was fair, at work, at home, even in friendships, because I didn't want to seem difficult or face bad reactions. But the truth is, the only person I made things difficult for was myself. And at some point I realised nobody can see our internal capacity but us. Only we know when we're running low. And if we don't protect that, it just keeps getting chipped away at. So I started trying something different. Not hard boundaries, not shutting people out. Just clearer, warmer, gentler lines. Just enough to stay connected to myself without disconnecting from others. It's been a quiet shift, but an important one. Is it time for us to be a little kinder to ourselves? Isn't it funny how someone can say no to us and we just take it in our stride? And yet when it comes to saying no ourselves, we just freeze up. Sometimes it's because we're worried about the atmosphere changing, or we can already feel the guilt trip coming, or because we know the person might push or plead because they're used to getting their own way. And sometimes it's not even about them, it's about longing to feel appreciated. So we do a little bit more, hoping that this time it will be seen. But the thing is, life doesn't actually get easier when we give in. It gets harder. We tire ourselves out. And quite often, we start to feel resentful, quietly, under the surface. For me, one place this has shown up is at work. There have been times when I wasn't given enough space to create a course. So I used my evenings, staying up late, making sure it was the best it could be. But my manager didn't know that. The delegates didn't know that. Nobody asked me to. And over time, it built up into resentment because the cost came out of me. So these days I try something different. Not pushing back, not being abrupt, just a warmer boundary. If I don't have the time or the energy, I'll say, I can't take that on just now, but I'll let you know if that changes. It's kind, it's honest, it respects them and it respects me. No guilt, no explanation, no convincing, no story. It keeps me aligned with my real capacity. And the truth is, most people accept this without any issue. And the ones who don't, the ones who make you feel bad for having needs, those are the people we shouldn't have been stretching ourselves for in the first place. They take without appreciating. No give, no balance, no awareness, and your effort would have been wasted anyway. So the reflection here is gently simple. Where in your life are you saying yes, where you don't actually have the space? Have you ever noticed that your body knows that a bad mood is coming, even before the thoughts arrive? Maybe it's the shoulders tightening, or the jaw starting to clench, or your breathing gets a little shallow. Our bodies know the weather's changing long before the storm hits. For me, it shows up in my face, a little frown that I don't even notice. It's like my body's saying, Careful, we're heading that way. So now when I notice it, I interrupt it gently. I soften my face, take one slow breath. Just enough to say, I'm okay. We don't need to sink into this. And it sounds tiny, almost too simple. But it works, because the mind listens to the signals the body gives it. Sometimes I'll hum or smile for a second, or stand a little taller, like the Wonder Woman stance they talk about before interviews. These little cues tell our brain we're safe, and the brain responds. For me, one of my favourites is singing. When I'm out in traffic and it gets really busy and people aren't indicating, and I can start to feel myself tensing up, I burst into a verse of Happy Together. And just a few lines in, I'll start to unclench. Because if I'm singing, I must be okay. And that tiny interruption, it can change the tone of the whole day. So I wonder, what's the first signal your body gives you when your mood starts to shift? Have you noticed how we can be far harsher with ourselves than we are with anyone else? I've caught myself saying things in my own head that I would never say to others. That sharp, urgent tone. Come on, you should be able to do this. Get it together, what's the matter with you? And if I'm honest, it wasn't even my voice originally. It's something I picked up when I was younger, from situations where keeping the peace mattered, or criticism landed too sharply, or approval felt conditional. So I learned to speak to myself in that tone, almost to get in first, to push myself before someone else could push me. But the strange thing is, that tone doesn't make anything go faster. It just makes everything feel heavier. We don't encourage anyone to be their best self by snapping at them. And that includes us. So now, when I notice that voice getting sharp, I don't argue with it, I just soften it. Instead of just get it done, I'll say, let's take one small step, see how it feels. Or let's ease into it, see what happens. It has the same goal, but it feels completely different. A little honey, kindness, a little lemon, clarity. Not pretending things are fine, just choosing the tone that works with me rather than against me. And the funny thing is, when I speak to myself with warmth, I get more done anyway. Self-respect doesn't need to be forceful. It can be gentle and still be strong. So I wonder, where could your tone be softened just a fraction today? And honestly, what I've found is that it doesn't need to be dramatic. We don't need to overhaul our habits or become perfectly disciplined or perfectly calm. It's much simpler than that. Just being a little kinder to ourselves than we were before. A warm boundary here. A slow breath before a mood takes over there. A softer tone in the way we talk to ourselves. Tiny shifts, but they change how we feel inside our own lives. Because when we stay connected to ourselves, even on wobbly days, something steadies. We come back to centre. We come back to us. So if you've recognised yourself in any of this, maybe try one thing today, gently. Not to get it right, but to just stay with yourself and see how it feels. Take very good care of yourself.